is 1990. Now, you guys didn't get to see it, but we've already met with our guest today. But the video, it's in the archive because at the time we filmed his first video, we didn't have the match. And before I got it put on the YouTube channel, you were able to find your match. So I was like, you know what, let's not even put that on the channel. And we're just going to come back, do a complete new video, and do it with the match. So, sir, if you would, introduce yourself.
I'm Craig Bertelsen.
And you are a 1990 state champion for Connor, 125 pounds, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, again, we done a video before we put it up. You said, hey, where'd you find it at again? Refresh my memory.
I was in the back of a closet, unlabeled.
That's the way it usually goes. The stuff
are.
is hid or in some somebody's attic or mom and dad's garage, whatever, wherever it may be. But we're glad that you have it. So kind of walk us through again, but we're not going to like I said, they'll never see the other one. It's in my archive. Kind of walk us through, how did you find wrestling? What got you into wrestling?
Sure. So my dad coached the rec league growing up. We lived in New Jersey. I started wrestling when I was in second grade, so around 7, 8 years old.
Right.
And he wrestled before I did, and wrestled in high school. So did all of his friends, and it was just something that everybody did in the town. Mm-hmm. We all played every sport together,
right.
and just continued on.
And you moved to Kentucky at what age? About what?
12, 7th grade year.
Okay.
So.
And do you come right into the Connor program? Do they have to kind of coach you? Hey, come wrestle for us.
Yep.
Don't wrestle for those guys at Boone County.
Right. That was one of the reasons we chose Connor. And
I'm kidding, Boone County. I love y'all.
And but definitely, yeah. Started. We got here before the season started, so I was able to wrestle for the team, and met Pat Martz and John Wyan, and became the wrestling partner for the next 5 years.
That's why I was going to bring up. Now, of course, Pat Martz, 3-time state champion, referenced, you about your guys' duels or not duels as in like meets, but duels as in practice, going against each other. So it was like a meat grinder every day, and, iron sharpens iron, whatever analogy you want to use about how, better it made him, how better it made you.
Absolutely.
And, Pat, 88, 90, and 91 state champion. You was in the finals twice, 1990, which is this review video, and 1991.
Yep. 91
come up just a little bit short to Dickie Castleman of Danville, but Dickie goes on to be most outstanding that year. So, I mean, if you're going to, I'm saying getting beat's never fun, but it's always good to say you got beat by the most outstanding. Now,
at 130, with a 33-2 record in the 12th grade from Danville, Dickie Castleman. And his opponent with a 35-0 record from Connor Bertelsen.
of course, in case you don't know, Dickie passed away, and I think in 1998. So, to the family of Dickie, much respect and rest in peace to Dickie on that. But let's kind of go over your 1990 bracket. First round, you're wrestling David. Help me with the name.
I think it's Zeringer.
Zeringer. We'll go with that, from East Hardin.
Mm-hmm.
And you win that by a fall.
Right.
Then you get to the quarters. You're wrestling some guy named Tony Condi.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know nothing about him.
Right.
From Henry Clay. No, you're Tony. Again, I'm kidding. We love you. Been to your house. Tony goes on in 1992 state championship. So Tony's a good wrestler. I mean, he really was.
Became an All-American. Solid guy.
He comes, I think I had it listed. No, I'm sorry. He does not place that year. That's my fault. But 1992, 135 pounds. Tony wins it. You win that by 12-0 decision.
Right.
So I guess Tony hadn't really got into what he was going to become. But still, I can imagine, he's a good wrestler making it that far. You get to the semis. You're wrestling Russ Cotton from Danville. And Russ comes in fourth. You win that by a pretty tight 6-4 decision.
Yep.
And the bracket has you 36, 0, and 1.
Yeah.
Walk us through the -1.
This is a good story for all young wrestlers to know the rules. So back then they were changing how they did overtime.
Okay.
And if you were in a tournament, you went into overtime. If you were in a dual meet, it just ended in a tie.
Okay.
And we practiced for not 6 minutes. We were ready for the overtime, the second overtime. We had a really good match. Guy from Ohio. We're going into overtime. I'm going to take it to him. Match ends.
Oh,
And that would be the one tie.
my goodness.
Happens.
It happens. No,
So
you're
know the
right.
rules. Know the rules, young wrestlers.
Know the rules. In the finals, you're wrestling Dion or Dion?
I think it's Dion.
Dion Hatchell from Fort Campbell, and his record is 34-6. You're a junior, of course. He's a senior. Had you wrestled him before
Nope.
this match or this?
First
I guess
time.
the finals.
Heard of him.
Yeah,
First time we saw each
I was
other.
gonna say, you know, I've said this before. Connor, Boone County, all the way up around Cincinnati, the greater Cincinnati area, Fort Campbell, Christian County, almost to the Mississippi River. So I mean, 4 or 5 hours apart. Just Kentucky's such a, you know, spread out state, and wrestling teams are so few and far between that you. I mean, I would say most of the time you guys wrestled in Ohio or Indiana or somewhere close to it. Am I right about that?
For the most part.
And-
King of Bluegrass brought us down south a little bit. And
I know Fort Campbell, Christian County, and Hoptown, they all pretty much traveled together, and they wrestled almost every weekend except for like districts. They had a home. Each school had a home tournament, so that was 3 weeks. And then district, region, state was in Kentucky. Everything else, they would go to Tennessee, Indiana, because they're all right there. You know, Missouri,
Right.
Illinois, they can all get right there. So it's cool that, you know, you have Cincinnati area, Covington area, I guess what you guys call it up here. I don't want to disrespect that, but I guess that's, you know, what I would call it. And the Mississippi River wrestling each other.
Yep.
Opposite ends almost of the state. Now, have you seen your state finals?
Been a long time.
A long time. I'm glad you found a copy of it. And if you have a year that I don't, this is my plug, please reach out to me and let me know. Send it to me. We'll convert it. I've got a DVD and VHS converter. Be more than happy to convert it for you. Just to have the footage so we can tell more stories and be able to meet with more people, you know, like Craig, because we just want to be able to tell stories. We just want to be able to let people know, hey, you know, this is what we're doing. So we're going to get our TV set, and we're going to go back to 1990. We'll see you guys there. You guys are seeing photos of your Letterman jacket, the Letterman sweater, all that, and your state championship medal. It's cool you have that. You know, all these years later, you've been able to keep it. And the Letterman jacket and that, the jacket and the sweater, pristine condition.
Thank you.
I mean, really are. It's nice to have
Haven't
it.
gotten much use since then.
Well, I for stuff like this, right?
Right.
All right, so you guys are seeing what we're seeing. There's, I believe that's a young Craig walking around there in warm-ups. That's you, correct?
Yep.
And you're wrestling, I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Oh, Dion
Yep.
Hatchell from Fort Campbell. So what's Coach Bedita telling you there?
Go tack. 6 minutes.
Go hard, right?
Go hard. Dion was very, very strong. You'll see he's very, very good on his feet.
Turn it around so you can see a little bit better.
And really, that weight class that year, anyone that was in the semifinals that got to it, you had Cotton, Karmaninski from
Right.
Trinity, all beastly. And I think all of the semis and final matches were decided by a point or two, not to give the ending here.
Yeah, we call that a tease in
Yeah.
the media business.
You had Coach Bedita there and Coach Stellman sitting in the chairs.
You got some pretty good definition there in the biceps.
Back in the day.
Now, like I said, by every video, George King He has the line. Maybe not now, but at one time, Dad could do it. Maybe not now, but at one time, Dad could do it. Now, you guys here, 90, you're on the referee lines. So that's a cool piece of all right, so we know. All right. So what's your go-to takedown
So
here?
I'm a shooter. All right, so Pat was a thrower. I'm a shooter. I'm going to do a high crotch or a leg sweep in most matches.
So that's a fire and ice in practice then. Has to be.
If I was coaching myself today, I'd say it's a lot of wasted energy. You'll see.
Good scramble right there on his part. We're out. We're still neutral. Whistle. And if I give hand signs, guys, it's just a natural from refereeing. Sorry. Push. There you go. We're out. You got a lot of family in the crowd, or
We do. But parents are up there, sister, and all the parents from all the wrestlers. I mean, they were a very tight-knit group at that time.
now was Pat Martz lower weight than you, were one above? or-
Yeah, so that year he was one lower.
Okay. So he's trying that wrist control, but there's nothing there. Doesn't appear to be anything there. Let me say it like that. Up, up. Period. All right, so you're going into second, 0-0.
That shows down.
So
I
you're
need the
taking
score.
down. What's your go-to stand-up here? What are we looking to do?
I'm either a stand-up or a standing switch. So very explosive off the bottom. I enjoyed being there.
There it is. Up, up. Got the hands, got the hands. There it is.
That'd be my dad. You can hear yelling in the
Is that who it
background.
is?
Yes.
One. All right, so we're out. We're neutral. Nope, nope, nothing. He's got really good defense on that.
Yes.
Really good defense.
I got in a lot, and he kept on getting his leg back out. That's for sure.
Who's filming this? Is this your?
It's probably my dad filming, I'm guessing.
'Cause I heard like a female voice there. I'm not sure if it was somebody close to the mic or somebody holding
Right.
it, but. Looking back, like, do you remember your, like, I'm not saying changing your game plan, but understanding, okay, I've tried my shots, I've not got in yet. What am I, do I go back to trying this, or is Coach Padilla saying something to you, or?
Probably tell me to get off my knees and get my head off the mat right now.
Yeah, well,
That's for sure. He tried to throw there.
Yeah. Nope, not yet. Good recovery right there by you. Really good recovery. Nothing.
That was a switch.
Nothing. 1, 2.
If it was only the rules of today.
Yep. So you got the takedown, but no near fall.
No near fall.
Okay.
So now it's 3-0.
3-0. Yep, you're right. 4 seconds left in the second.
I found that out of bounds line a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, today, man, we'd still be counting.
Mm-hmm.
End of the period. All right, so he's probably going to take down, right? I was going to say. You feel more comfortable, like, on top or neutral or what we... With him, I'm not saying in general, but just with him knowing what we've been through so far.
Probably a little bit more on our feet. Having watched him before getting into this match, he was good. It'll be hard to hold down. Yeah, got a lot of people trying to help me out there. Positive thoughts.
That's right. Oh, what have we done? So he gets his reversal, 3-2.
Hoping for a restart as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's what I was
it's-
looking for.
So you're down, not down in points, it's down
Right.
3-2. You're up. Match points. And I would have to say we're under a minute to go in the match. He's trying some type of like modified like Chancellor or something. It looked to be that way.
Going arrow cradle.
Yep.
Yep.
Sometimes that's more entertaining to hear whoever's filming narrate it. There it is, man.
There it is. That's why it was in the back of the closet. I won't say it's one of the most impressive matches, but
Hey,
it was exciting one.
there it is, man. Coach Padilla picking you up. He wrestled really good. He did. You were that much better though
Yep.
when it mattered. And here is the medal ceremony. I love this old blue sheet with just the letters up. I mean, just. Of course, you brought your Letterman jacket, and your medal, and everything last time, and it's awesome, man, that you have this video, have your medal and everything, your jacket, all those years later.
Might not fit as good as Richie Parker's, but
Yeah, Richie's
have-
fit
we're still pretty
exceptionally
happy about
well. All right. So
Richie.
I'm sure you probably watched it before you brought it today. Did it play out the way that you, I guess, remembered or?
I remember being a close match and very, very tough competitor.
Oh, yeah.
Dion, so very strong, very good on his feet and very balanced.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep,
Well, man, thank you for finding your video and coming back and doing the video with us so we can, represent you properly. I'll meet with anybody that's a, state finalist, state champion, but it's so much better to have the video. It's so much better to be able to have the visual representation and just be able to let everybody see just, all these years later, how good you were. Let people you may know, come in contact with, family, friends, whatever, just, hey, that was me.
Yeah.
I did it. I was there. So anything to wrap this one up, ma'am?
Say thank you to you for doing all this, and not only just the videos, but pulling us all together.
Yeah.
That's almost as exciting as watching these videos, is getting together with all the wrestlers that came before you, that you looked up to, and we've seen a lot of them, in the Connor videos that you've done and the other schools. So thank you for pulling us all together. Thank you, Coach Padilla, for coaching us and making this happen.
Well, man, thank you for having me, and like I said, getting back with us. And just, if I'll say this to wrap this one up, if you are a school and you'd like me to come do a session with your team, let's try to get as many guys as there as we can get on a day. That way, if you have 10, 8 guys, whatever, that way we can get everybody at once and do a dump, like a video dump on the YouTube channel. That way we can properly represent. We may have to come back multiple times. I'm already booked to come back up to Connor after wrestling season. I'm going to Hopkinsville for my 3rd time, so I don't, mind to go and meet with whoever. Let's just try to get as many guys as we can at one time, so that way we can get as many videos filmed. And it is kind of cool to have the reunions, to see the guys from all the years gone by, and just be able to, man, how's the kids? How's this? Oh, remember that time at that one meet that you done? You got pinned and we lost the tournament because you couldn't get off your back. Thanks a lot. I still remember that. Just it never leaves us, does it? It never leaves us. Never leaves us. So, man, thank you again for being here. That's all I got with Craig today. We'll see you guys on the mats.